Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Today, I am going to be doing an action figuring on a classic action figure, or should I say, action figures. As you could probably already tell from the title of the video, what those action figures are gonna be. But before I get off into that, I need y'all, the people who rock with me, to do what you always do. To do what I deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate you do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it, my friend. If you are digging what a brother is shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Share the Be Real with D Real page. I don't know what accent that was, but it sounded pretty cool. This right here is what I have. This right here is a box set, collector's edition, with action figures of the original 5 Avengers. Are you looking there? Do you see? That is a picture of the cover of Avengers #1 that came out all the way back in September, well, cover date of September 1963. You see who's on there, right? You have a golden Iron Man. You have a Hulk. You have a Thor. And you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, for you casuals that don't understand, that's comic book canon right there. Okay? That's history. Comics, comic books, not movies. Hawkeye didn't become an Avenger officially until Avengers #16. And Black Widow didn't become an Avenger, I believe, until Avengers #111. So, yeah, once again, the MCU takes liberties with the source material and blames it on multiverse. Okay, so before, well, let me show you one more thing, which I think is really, really cool. Got a little Velcro. It's Toy Biz. See? Yeah. Toy Biz. Remember Toy Biz back in the day? Toy Biz used to have all the hype action figures. Boom. Look at that. Isn't it even comes with ants? It's got ants to go with Ant-Man and the Wasp. We'll break those suckers out in a second here, but there's a little bit of source material I would like to share with y'all. Check it out. Now, to share this source material, we're going to use the tool that is Classic Avengers. What's in Classic Avengers? A lot of stuff was in Classic Avengers, but in particular, the coming of the Avengers is what I want to bring your attention to. This is the original story, written by Stan Lee, drawn by Jack Kirby, inked by Dick Ayers, and lettered by Sal Rosen. Okay, again, the Mighty Thor, Iron Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Incredible Hulk. No Captain America, Hawkeye, or Black Widow anywhere to be found. Captain America didn't officially join the Avengers until issue #4 of this run. As you can see, it's all about misunderstanding. Loki is scheming and he's using the Hulk in his scheme. And he actually made the Hulk destroy the bridge or made it look like he was destroying the bridge when he was actually protecting it. Hulk's holding up a bridge. Hulk's holding up a bridge. Eat your heart out, Superman. And because of this scheming, you have the Avengers who were summoned by the Teen Brigade, that is a gang of kids that Rick Jones used to hang out with, because, of course, Rick Jones kind of felt responsible for the Hulk, since in comic book canon, Rick Jones is the reason that Bruce Banner becomes the Hulk. Later on, push comes to shove, and Iron Man and the Hulk square off. And he damages Iron Man's armor. Iron Man and Hulk going at it in an auto factory. My mama used to work in an auto factory. Back when Hulk was kind of Frankensteinian looking. You'd think that would have messed up his transistor, as much as he's always complaining about him. At least back in the early days, he did. His transistors allow him to throw things with pinpoint accuracy. Got it. And after all this misunderstanding, Thor brings Loki, the true culprit of why they are fighting. After some brief tomfoolery on Loki's part, he is dealt with, contained, and the Avengers become a squad. And if you look here in these word bubbles, it should be something colorful and dramatic, like the Avengers, or nothing. That's it. The Avengers. The Wasp is responsible for naming the Avengers, not Nick Fury. No Avengers initiative. That's MCU. It's another universe. Learn about the real source material, the real deal, the real spiel. Now that you know about the characters, let's check out each figure individually. Let's start with the brains of the operation, Tony Stark, one Iron Man. These figures are not 6 inches. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say they're about 4 inches, if that long or tall. And so here, standing with T'Challa, leaves a lot to be desired height-wise, doesn't it? Because their feet right there. Yeah. So these are like maybe 4-inch figures. So right away, you're going to notice the articulation is a little bit more limited than what you're used to in a Marvel Legends figure. However, can't raise that hand up and down. That's about all the articulation you're getting in the arms. And you can bend that leg. That's about all the articulation you're getting out of that leg. So maybe the whole goal was to make him robot-like. Cool feature here. Remember Iron Man used to have an antenna in this armor? Well, it's there. So that's Iron Man. Next up, we got the God of Thunder, the Mighty Thor. If you look at that, that cape? Ooh, it's really satiny. Feel that material. And he's got a bit more articulation in his arms than Iron Man does. So he can do a pounding motion, and I message you if you get. And I like if you look at the detail in his boots, those wraps look really rappy. You know what I mean? A little bit more articulation again. So I'm thinking because Thor has this level of articulation, I think the whole idea behind Iron Man being super stiff was to make him seem more robotic. So Thor's got a little more movement in his limbs in this 4-inch version of the Avengers. And there's even a smaller version of this setup of Avengers. And I have that one too. I'll show that to you in a second. But yeah, for the most part, I like that shine right there on Thor's helmet. That looks pretty snazzy. But that's about it as far as articulation and the Mighty Thor. The Incredible Hulk. Hulk has a hand open for grabbing and a hand open for punching. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of articulation in the Hulk either. He's got articulation in the shoulder areas, but that's it. What you want me to do? I'm the Hulk. What you want me to do? And you can at least, you can put him in some kind of jumping pose. You know what I mean? But that's the thing with the Toy Biz figures. Not a lot of articulation. So, yeah, that is what it is. Next up, we got itty bitty teeny weeny, itty bitty little old Ant-Man. Just to give you some kind of idea of how tiny this figure is, I'll show you next to Iron Man. It's about how small that figure is. Not quite to scale, but it does make for some interesting poses in some pictures. You know what else? Ant-Man's little helmet comes off. Ooh, look at that. Hank Pym with his blonde hair. Or, well, it's actually kind of strawberry blonde. Get that back upside your head, bruh. There you go. That's your Ant-Man. And his stalwart companion before the days when he abused her is the Wasp. Again, very little articulation. These wings don't even bend downward. That's it. That's how they are. So that's the winsome Wasp. Coming at you. So yeah, she's got a little articulation in the legs. That's about it. And surprisingly, we have Giant Man. And Giant Man looks to be about the same size as a regular action figure, or at least a tall action figure, because if we compare Giant Man and T'Challa, little bit taller. So he's actually a giant, probably actually. Hang on a second. Ooh. Ant-Man, Giant Man is just a little bit bigger than original Giant Man. Oh, well. But of all the figures, Giant Man seems to have the most articulation out of anyone. His head turns, his arms move, they're mobile. You know what I mean? He's got real mobility. Now, other than the fact that his legs are spread open in that crazy action pose, this is probably the most posable character in this set. Go figure. The least stable character is the most flexible. That's a psychology joke. That is my set of Mighty Avengers, courtesy of Toy Biz. I was trying to sell this a while back. Maybe I'll put it up for sale again. I don't know. I like it. I don't know. We'll see. This is the smaller Hasbro version. So yeah, I think that one has a little more articulation. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Avengers action figure. I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.